Welcome back to Car Auto Tune-Up. When you step closer to the Forester, details start to stand out that photos don't fully capture. The way the LED headlights taper back into the fenders gives the front end a sense of motion even when it's parked. Subaru has subtly sculpted the hood with raised lines that slope downward, pointing straight toward that hexagonal grille. It's a look that's modern but not flashy, and it communicates something Subaru owners love: a honest design that still feels adventurous. You won't mistake this for a crossover that belongs only in a mall parking lot. Even in base trims, the front fascia looks ready to tackle a trailhead, and the Wilderness variant only amplifies that personality with a skid plate-like lower bumper piece and thicker black cladding that protects the wheel arches. From the side, the Forester's profile stays familiar, but there's refinement in the proportions. The roofline is still tall, giving it that upright SUV shape with incredible visibility, but the side panels now have sharper creases, making it look a bit more athletic. The wheel arches are squared off, which emphasizes its ruggedness, and depending on trim, you'll see wheels that range from 17 to 19 inches. On the Wilderness, those 17-inch matte black alloys look absolutely purposeful, matched with chunky all-terrain tires that stick out ever so slightly, suggesting grip on loose surfaces. Look closer at the roof and you'll notice the raised rails with integrated tied-down points are engineered for actual use, not just decoration. Subaru claims they can support up to 800 pounds when parked, which means you can mount a rooftop tent without worry. These small design decisions add to the Forester's adventurous character, making it practical for both daily life and weekend escapes. Swinging around to the back, the taillights have been reshaped with a C-like lighting signature that's sharp at night. The tailgate itself has a wide, square opening, is something Subaru has always done well, and it makes loading gear painless. The Wilderness model gets a high-clearance rear bumper that not only looks tougher but also helps with departure angles when off-roading. The rear spoiler on upper trims adds a sporty touch, while the subtle copper badging on Wilderness models signals that this isn't just your average Forester. Even the small details, like the blacked-out lettering and a slightly beefier rear skid plate, tie the rear end together in a way that's cohesive and intentional. Now step inside, and the difference is clear. Subaru has modernized the cabin, blending durability with technology. The first thing your eyes are drawn to is the large portrait-style 11.6-inch infotainment screen on higher trims. It feels like a tablet built right into the dash, with sharp graphics and responsive touch controls. Wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto make it easy to connect your smartphone, and Subaru has wisely kept physical controls for critical functions like climate, so you're not fumbling through menus when you just need to adjust the temperature. The Wilderness trim gets copper-colored accents across the dashboard, door panels, and even the gear selector, giving it an adventurous flair without going overboard. Seats are upholstered in StarTex, a synthetic material that feels soft to the touch but is water-resistant and easy to clean. It's perfect if you're someone who's outdoors often, or if you have kids or pets that bring in dirt and mud. Comfort hasn't been sacrificed either. Front seats are supportive on long drives, with good lumbar support and plenty of adjustability. In the back, you'll find nearly 40 inches of legroom, which makes the Forester one of the most spacious compact SUVs for rear passengers. The tall roofline adds excellent headroom, so even taller passengers won't feel cramped. And because of the large windows, the cabin feels bright and airy, giving a sense of space that some competitors can't match. Cargo space remains one of the Forester's strong suits. With the rear seats up, you get around 27.5 cubic feet of room, aplenty for grocery runs or sports gear. Fold the seats down, and that expands to over 69 cubic feet, a figure that competes with or even beats some mid-size SUVs. The rear seats fold flat, so loading larger items like bikes or camping equipment is straightforward. Subaru even designed the cargo area with a low-load floor, so you don't have to lift heavy items as high. Practical touches like hooks for grocery bags and underfloor storage add convenience. Under the hood, but a Forester isn't just about how it looks or how much it can hold. The real story is how it drives. Powering the 2026 model is a 2.5-liter naturally aspirated boxer engine, delivering about 180 horsepower and 178 pounds-feet of torque. That might not sound like a lot on paper, and honestly, acceleration isn't the Forester's strongest point. It takes over 9 seconds to hit 60 miles per hour. But in practice, the engine is tuned for usability. Power delivery is smooth and consistent, perfect for everyday driving. The continuously variable transmission has been updated with a shorter final drive ratio, which improves low-speed responsiveness. especially on trails or when towing. For drivers who want more efficiency, Subaru is offering a hybrid version as well, pairing the Boxer engine with an electric motor for a combined 194 horsepower. This version returns fuel economy estimates around 35 miles per gallon, making it one of the more efficient all-wheel drive SUVs in its class. Off-road, the Forester continues to impress. The Wilderness trim shines with its 9.3 inches of ground clearance, specialized suspension tuning, and improved approach and departure angles. The dual-function X-Mode system tailors throttle response, transmission mapping, and traction control for different surfaces. Choose the snow, dirt mode, and the system softens throttle inputs to minimize wheel spin. Switch to deep snow, mud mode, and it allows more wheel slip to power through soft surfaces. Add in the standard symmetrical all-wheel drive system, and you've got a compact SUV that feels confident far off the beaten path. It's not a rock crawler like a Jeep Wrangler, but for camping trips, forest trails, or snow-packed mountain roads, the Forester Wilderness gets you there with ease. On pavement, Subaru has refined the ride to make it quieter and smoother. Engineers strengthened the chassis by increasing torsional rigidity by 10%, which reduces body roll and makes the SUV feel more planted. Road noise is kept low thanks to additional sound-deadening materials, and the suspension absorbs bumps gracefully. Steering is light but direct, giving the driver confidence in both city traffic and on winding country roads. The balance here is clear. This is a car designed to handle family duty during the week while being ready for adventure on the weekend. Safety continues to be a core Subaru value, and the 2026 Forester comes standard with the latest generation of EyeSight driver assist technology. This includes adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, pre-collision braking, and now improved blind spot detection with automatic steering assist. Rear cross-traffic alert and reverse automatic braking also come standard on most trims. Subaru has even updated the system to use a wider field of vision for its cameras, making it more accurate in detecting pedestrians and cyclists. For families, this peace of mind is invaluable, and it's one of the reasons Forester owners remain so loyal. Price-wise, the Forester remains competitive. The base model starts at just under $30,000, which gets you standard all-wheel drive and the essential Subaru experience. Climb the trim ladder and you'll find premium and sport versions in the low to mid $30,000 range. The rugged Wilderness model sits around $37,000, and a fully loaded touring trim still comes in under $40,000. When you factor in Subaru's reputation for longevity and resale value, that's a strong package for buyers who want durability and safety without breaking the bank. So, what's the final verdict? The 2026 Subaru Forester doesn't reinvent the wheel, but it doesn't need to. Subaru knows its audience: people who want safety, space, capability, and reliability in a compact SUV. This new Forester doubles down on those strengths while adding a little more refinement, more technology, and in the case of the Wilderness, more grit for off-road adventures. It's not the fastest or the flashiest SUV on the market, but it's one of the most honest, versatile, and well-rounded. If you're looking for a vehicle that can take you from the city to the mountains without breaking a sweat, the Forester continues to be a top contender. And that wraps up this in-depth review of the 2026 Subaru Forester. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to Auto Tune Up, and drop a comment below. Would you choose the rugged Wilderness trim or stick with a more comfortable touring model? Until next time, drive safe and keep tuning in for more reviews.